bears, and welcome back to my corner of the internet. I'm Shannon, and tonight I thought I would hop on here real quick with a TV show review. And tonight we're going to be talking about The Great. This is a Hulu original if you're in America. If you're in Canada, it's airing on Amazon Prime. I've noticed this pairing of Hulu sharing its originals with Amazon Prime in Canada, and I'm so excited about that, not only for this show, but coming up on Friday, May 22nd, if you live in Canada, Little Fires Everywhere is coming to Amazon. I've been waiting to find a way to watch this because in Canada, Hulu's just not available. We can't get it. And I read Little Fires Everywhere when the book first came out. I think I read it in either 2017, 2018. I loved the book. I love the author, and I cannot wait to see it brought to life on the screen. But anyway, today we're here to talk about The Great. Now, if you're like me, I love any sort of period piece, historical drama, historical fiction, anything like that. Anything with costumes and sets and just those beautiful historical elements and period elements. I love it. So when I first heard about this, I was very excited. Then I went to YouTube and I looked up the trailer and I realized that this was going to be a wild ride. This wasn't just going to be a straight up historical presentation. This was going to be satire, and it was going to be darkly funny, and I was all the more excited about it. Not long ago, I don't know, 6-7 months ago, we got on HBO the Katherine the Great show starring Helen Mirren. And that's definitely a much more straightforward, historically accurate story of an older Katherine the Great. This show takes on a younger Katherine when she first marries the Emperor Peter. And if you're a history buff, I'm going to urge you to not nitpick this show. Go into it knowing that a lot of the facts are changed, a lot of the history is changed to make it a more cohesive story for what's being told here. And the really fun thing about this too is it's written by one of the men who co-wrote The Favorite, and that should give you some kind of idea as to what you're in for here. And one of the things I loved when I started the first episode was a title card comes up and it's this. And that just really sums this up. You know, it's not point for point historically accurate. Anyway, we have Elle Fanning. She is lovely, she is gorgeous, she is wonderful in this, playing a young Katherine the Great. Here's the first part where we have some detail changes, because the story sort of starts with her getting married, meeting and marrying Edward, I keep wanting to call him Edward, Peter. And so in the show they make her 19 going on 20, whereas in reality she was more close to 14. So to make us all feel a little more at ease, they make her a little older in the show, which I love. Then we have Hoult playing Peter, and he is just superb in this role. He's bitingly hilarious, as is she, but he really stood out to me as just so funny. I didn't realize he had such golden comedic timing, but he's really great in this role. In fact, the entire cast is so good, and their storylines are so good, and their characters are written so good. And I'm not going to get into spoilers here because I really just want to get this up and share with you a thumbs up or a thumbs down so you can decide if you want to watch it for yourself. But yeah, it's a wild ride. It's incredibly vulgar. It's very dark, but very funny. If you're easily offended by sex scenes, bad language, gore, although I will say any of the blood that's shown or any of the shocking sort of violent scenes, it's done in that way that satires tend to do, where it's very cartoonish and it looks very fake. So it's done in that way to look fake on purpose, because that's just what they do with the satires. And so that really doesn't bother me. And language and, you know, sex scenes and stuff, that doesn't bother me. So if that also doesn't bother you and you love a good period drama, I would definitely recommend checking this out. It's so good. It's so good. I was so happy. It far exceeded my expectations. I knew I was probably gonna like it, but I didn't know I was gonna love it this much. And I can definitely say this is probably something that I will return to a few times and watch again. It's 10 episodes. It, you know, 10 episodes cover a lot of things. And while there's definitely satire and a lot of craziness, underneath that is a layer of serious issues that are tackled in such a way that it really makes you think about them as well. So it's a mixture. It's this mixture of serious issues and also biting satire, and it's just woven together so beautifully. And again, Elle Fanning, so good. Nicholas Hoult, so good. And there's just something about the show that when you start, you know, you think you know who the villains are going to be, but as the episodes go on and on and on, it's harder to tell who the villains are, because all of the characters, almost all of the characters, have this charm to them, and you can tell that they're not all bad. Even Peter himself, you know, he's definitely got some really wild, really bad ideas about a lot of things. But at one point, about halfway through the season, he has a near-death experience. Because that's what happens. Katherine comes, and, you know, when she arrives, she's very young, very naive. And she has these ideas of what her marriage is going to be like to Peter. And very quickly, she realizes that's not quite going to be the case. These romantic ideas that she has built up in her head on what her and her husband are going to have together is dashed very early on. And so much so that even a little while in, he, you know, offers that she should take a lover, you know. He's got his, she should have hers. He helps her find one. And so yeah, these ideas that she had get smashed really fast, and quickly she sees what a tyrant he is and starts to plan and plot his death. And like I said, about halfway through, he has a near-death experience, but doesn't succumb. It's not her fault, it's not her doing, but and then after that, he's a changed man. This near-death experience has made him reconsider some things and look at some things differently. And yeah, Nicholas Hoult is just, he's so great to watch. I mean, he's been around for so long. I can remember when I was a teenager watching him in that Hugh Grant film about a boy. He was the little boy in that. And yeah, he's perfect for this. I couldn't imagine anybody else playing this role. He brings that mixture of just, you're just horrified half the time when he's talking or doing anything, but at the same time, there's something about him that you think maybe there's something more here, and you start to piece together ideas that, you know, he's the way he is because of his parents and the way that he was raised. And you begin to tell that it's very important to him that he's a good person. Even though you're watching him and he's acting like an actual insane person, it's still in his heart, he wants to make sure that he's a good person, that he has a soul. It's something, there's a few times where he'll get priests to look him in the eyes and tell him what they see, because he's wondering if they see, you know, goodness and a soul. So 2 thumbs up, 5 stars, would recommend. We'll be watching more. I don't know if there's going to be a season 2 or if this is kind of just a mini series, but I hope there'll be more. And yeah, like I said, I'll definitely be returning to this. I think I could see myself enjoying it more times than once. So there you go, you guys. I hope that's a good little review for you. If you've already watched it, let me know in the comments down below what you thought of it, or if you plan on watching it or don't plan on watching it, you can let me know that down in the comments too. And let me know, do you love period dramas? I love them. I love them so much. just and this one too, just the costumes and the sets. It's so beautiful, so beautiful. And yeah, it's just quite something to behold. And yeah, aside from the, you know, the stories, which of course I love, just the sets and the costumes. So beautiful. Anyway, you guys, I hope you're having a good day. It's funny, this video was supposed to be my Wednesday video, and I realized tonight, like Wednesday evening, that today's Wednesday. I thought today was Tuesday all day. So I was like, yeah, I'll film it in the evening, put it up Wednesday morning, and I was like, wait, it's Wednesday evening right now. So it's a little late, but better late than never. I hope you guys are doing great and that you're feeling good, and all is well. And I will see you guys on Friday with another book talk video. Bye.